Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Adrian from Astrophotography. Today we will be showing you same target captured with two different telescopes, one wide field of view, the other one a higher focal length. You have two different cameras, two different telescopes, same target. Stick around. Okay, so before we start the video, I wanted to show you this camera. This is the camera that I've been using with the Red 51, and it's Canon EOS RA, and it has the extra battery cartridges over here. And I've been using this camera for a long time. I mean, probably like 2 years and a half, and I've been taking some decent images with it. And I know I've been talking about a lot about the QHY mono setup, and when it comes to quality, nothing can beat that. But this one is very convenient. You don't even have to have it hooked up to a computer. This is very good for portable astrophotography. The reason I show you this camera, because the image that I took of Pac-Man Nebula, the wide field view, is taken with this camera. And the Pac-Man that I took with the Orion telescope and the QHY mono setup, that I will compare with this image, right? It's a higher focal length, so it goes closer to the target. But still, you're gonna see some nice colors. You're gonna see some nice. I think it's a decent image for a DSLR camera. You cannot really compare it again with the monochrome setup, but I still believe it's a good camera, and especially for the beginners. Unfortunately, what happens with this camera is being discontinued. The Canon EOS RA, the difference in comparison with the regular EOS is that the RA has like a filter, a red filter in top of the sensor, so it's more sensitive in gathering hydrogen alpha signal. So it's made specifically for astrophotography, and it's a niche kind of market, so Canon decided last year to axe it, and it's very kind of hard to find this camera on the market right now. Alright, so I'm going to have a review on this camera coming soon. I'm going to hook it up with the Red 51 again, because I think this one is very well suited for wide field telescope. Even though you can use it, and I did use it with the Explore Scientific, with a higher focal length, you can still use it, but you're gonna lose a little bit from the this is a full sensor, so you're gonna lose a little bit over there. But I will go into a depth review. I think this is a very good camera again if you go into the field. It's easy to set up. You don't depend on a computer. You have a memory card. You have extra battery. If you have like a small battery pack, so you can. This is like a very mobile setup, and I will make a review when I have a new image on this camera soon. In the beginning of the video, I was saying that I'm gonna show you Pac-Man Nebula in a wide field vs the higher focal length. I'm gonna also show you Rosette Nebula, wide field vs high magnification. But the difference on the Rosette is that I've been using on both telescopes, the Red 51, the Orion, I've been using the same camera, the monochrome setup, the QHY 268M. And when I'm gonna start processing now the images, I'm gonna specify which one is which. But I just want to let you know that that's coming up. Alright, so we are in front of the computer, and as I said, we will have a look at different focal lengths images taken with different telescopes that have different focal lengths. And I will start with the first one, which is Pac-Man Nebula. and I took this photo, which I would say is very unimpressive, but I'm just trying to make the point how important it is to choose the right target for your telescope. While I never cared about that, in a sense that I went for very small targets just to see what exactly you can get. In this situation, as you can see, this is taken with the Red Cat 51 and with the Canon EOS RA, and it's a one-shot camera, one color camera, so it's not even fair to actually compare this picture with what I have here that I took to QHY with double focal length, more than double, I think, almost 800 millimeters, with the Orion telescope that I have. So it's just crazy how difference, how big of a difference is. Actually, this one is cropped in. It's not fair at all to actually show this one. Let me show you how it actually looks, the field of view. So if you put these two side by side, just crazy. It's also the disadvantage over here is the Canon EOS is a full sensor, so it makes it even more wide. It's very good for big targets. And while I didn't take the next image of the Rosette Nebula with Canon, I took it with a combination of Red Cat 51 and QHY 268M. And I apologize for I'm having too many stuff in the same time. So we'll go to Photoshop because I know where are they here. All right, so we still at Pac-Man. All right, so now we have the Rosette, and this Rosette is taken with, as I said, Red Cat 51 and a QHY 268M. So I used the regular filters that I always use, which is HA, O3 and S2, and combine them. This is not my best version of this. I try to rush it for this video because I can't find it. I need to be more organized with my files so I can find pictures that I already processed. Colors are a little bit off, but for the purpose of this video, as I said, comparing the field of view from different telescopes and different cameras, this would do. All right, so as you can see, when you have a wide field of view, you see extra structures, as you can see over here. This one, I remember, it's probably about 18 to 20, I would say, probably combined data. Also, I had some problems with the flats, as you can see over here. And as I said, the color scheme is not really great. I rushed a little bit with this one. But I want you to have a look at the core over here, right? So as you can see, if you go close, it starts to get a little bit pixelated. And now comes in why the aperture of the telescope, why the focal length. It's so critical, and that's why. Because as you can see, that's the image that I took with Orion, my Orion telescope, and QHY 268M. I'm sorry. So this is also like a monochrome shot. Monochrome HA03 S2, and this one is actually, I would say, roughly about 10 hours. It's a little bit of a process, as you can see over here, a little bit. This one is not my best version of it as well, but I wanted to, again, to show you the field of view. And this one actually is cropped in, because normally this one you can see it as you can see in this image. So what I did crop a lot, just, you know, to show you. I like this area over here, all this black nebulosity, and the center of the rosette. But the field of view looks like this, right? So it's quite big. I also had a lot of issues over here with the flats for the oxygen, as I always do, and you can see it. I managed to actually fix this picture, but as I said, I can find the variant that I actually the best variant that I have on this one. And to put it side by side, you see this is wide field, this is close up, and this is cropped in. And as you can see, it's such a beautiful thing, and that's why I recommend for you to have different telescopes, because it's such an amazing each telescope can show you a different, completely different view and angle on a nebula. And I was panicking a while back, saying that how many nebulas and how many galaxies and how many objects can I see, can I take pictures of? And I was kind of, you know, thinking to myself, like, if you run out of everything. But there are such an amazing vistas that you can see from with different telescopes. Right now I'm actually preparing my RC telescope, which has a focal length of 1600 millimeters, and I'm even thinking to have a Barlow on it. Right now, not right now. Right now I'm gonna have to run it the way it is, and I'm so curious to go to targets that I couldn't access before. Cat's Eye Nebula, Ring Nebula, that are very small, and I want to finally be able to capture them. But you need a lot of magnification in order to do that, and of course you need the guiding to be very precise. And as I said, I purchased a Paramount MIT mount, and that's the best of the best in my opinion, and hopefully I'll have a video for that coming very soon. But in the meantime, again, you can have a look at this field of view. This is cropped, again, beautiful details over here that you can see. The closer you get, the more clear it gets. You see this kind of stuff over here. All these, this looks like a horse head a little bit, actually. Such a funny thing. And it's also a dark nebula over here. And again, that's why different telescopes gives you different perspective on a target. And now going back to the Pac-Man, this is also cropped in. This is one of my best pictures, and this is not even fair to compare like to any other picture, because this is almost 50 hours of data combined. This one is a little bit cropped in. What I did over here, I actually added the 8 spike stars, like Webb telescope, just to you know, to be in trend, so to speak. But the details that you get in these, that are unbelievable. And the reason that I wanted to make this video, it's exactly this. This is the initial picture that I got of this, and again, it's not a fair comparison, but it shows you what can you do if you invest the time and money, and you know, and you are dedicated and you love the hobby. Where can you go with this hobby? And there are places to go, honestly, and you can definitely make progress, and you have to be patient and not give up. As I said, this is not really a fair comparison over here. This is a starless image. It's not processed at all. It's just a little bit denoise. And I love the way this came out, and I can't wait to go with the RC. So with the Orion, that has the focal length 700 millimeters, give or take. I know I have the reducer on it. you get this image. Imagine about 1600 millimeters focal length. I would dare to say that you would be somewhere around here. And that's fantastic because you can actually get more clear details when you go close. I did take some images with my RC telescope, but they were so bad because the guiding was so bad, and I couldn't really use them. I couldn't pose them. I couldn't do much with them. I took an image of Sombrero Galaxy, and I can't wait to actually go after that target again now that I know how to guide, and I finally, hopefully, I collimated the telescope properly. But all in all, that's what I wanted to show you in this video. And talking about the wide field of view and talking about this specific nebula, I will go for this one with the Canon EOS RA, which is actually my first camera. It's my favorite camera, and I will have a video when I'll do that. I just need to set up another mount. That would be the third mount that I would have set up, so I can run the Red Cat 51 with the Canon. And I will actually go for this target, and I can show you what can you get if you invest the time. And let's say you take about, I don't know, let's say 50 hours of data. I think we can have an amazing picture, because what you can see over here on the, going back to the rosette, you see how much nebulosity it's around the actual target. Now in this case with the Pac-Man, I don't think you'll have a lot of structure, but if you look over here, okay, you see too many images. If you look over here in this image specifically, you see you start discovering more structures around, and I'm sure that you can actually see more stuff around, and you might even discover things over here on this side. It's a funny story with the fact that I have it, I don't have it centered. So when I was actually using my tablet with my EQ6, it does have a sync scan application, and for some reason it was a little bit off with all my targets, right? And I actually used that when I took this picture as well, because this one is a little bit on the side. So for me not to risk it, because I was doing everything manually, and to change it and take an exposure and then go back to it and all that, I just left it like this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for it, and just it's gonna be a little bit crooked, a little bit on the side. It's actually looking very cool, and I will actually try to see if I can, you know, repeat this. But if it's gonna go to center, I won't mind. It's easier for me to work with the videos, to make the videos, my 3D videos actually. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you today. My next video is going to be about my new setup, as I mentioned earlier. Very excited about that one. Very excited to go and try to see, even from my light polluted area here in New York. Maybe I'm gonna try to be, you know, to capture some galaxies again. I did capture some galaxies prior. None of them they were extraordinary to say. Some of them they were okay. Actually, I did a video just recently of one of the galaxies, M81, and it's actually right here. Let me show it to you a little bit. Oh no, actually this is the Black Eye Galaxy. Okay, well, I did a video of the Black Eye Galaxy as well. You can see it on my Instagram, and it's awesome, and the potential is there. This one was taken, if I'm not wrong, with my Explore Scientific, which is a 1200 millimeter focal length. Not a great telescope because of the chromatic aberration for generally for deep sky. It's a decent telescope. It's a very good telescope actually for solar, and that is my next project. I'm giving up everything but eventually, yes, I would like to go into solar as well. And this one is Andromeda, and I took it with the same telescope. In this one actually I took the stars out. All you see here, they are not AI generated, but generated by the program that I'm using, After Effects, because this was horrible in terms of guiding. So the stars were like very oval, very bad, but the nebulosity, you know, looks pretty good in this one. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I will leave you now with some of these beautiful images in high definition. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. Take care of yourself and clear skies. Thank you.